Hey guys, and welcome to another tutorial on this channel. We're going to be learning about basics of C# and variables. In this tutorial we're going to be learning about the basics of C#, what is C#, and variables and what they are. So, what is C#? It is the most popular programming language in the world, created by Microsoft, which is to create applications on a .NET framework. So C# could be used for like making games, applications, desktop stuff, websites, and it could be used for many other things. It will be easy to learn as we're only going to be going through the basics of C#. C# is also an alternative of C++ and Java. So C++ and Java is sort of just similar to C#, but it still could be made for games, but yeah, so they're just sort of similar to what C# is. So, what are variables? Variables are containers for storing data or values. They are defined by different types of variables, such as integer, strings, and boolean, which we're going to be going in today's tutorial. They could be outputted by Console.Write or WriteLine onto the program. So Console.Write and WriteLine we're going to be also going through as well, which is probably the most basic stuff or thing in C# currently right now. So let's get on to Visual Studio. So here we are on Visual Studio, and let's go through the first step. So the first step is going to be just outputting some like a sentence. So if we're gonna do that, all we have to do is just write console.writeLine, then right here do those two brackets, quotation marks, and in the quotation marks you could write whatever you want. So I could just write this. You could just write whatever you want right here. So this is what we're going to output. This is begin to code. So that is just what we're going to output right now. So console.writeLine. So this is going to be outputted on a line, and then it's going to output. This is begin to code. So if we're gonna run it, so all you have to do is just press F5. So you have to save it first, then press F5, and then right here this program will come up, and then right here it will say this is begin to code. So this is what is going to output on the console right here. So right here, so that is just the first basic thing. So, and if we're gonna write it on the same line, so if we're gonna write like a different sentence on the same line as this, on a separate line on the actual Visual Studio, all we have to do is just write console.write. So console.write and WriteLine are completely different different things. So if we just write and he's making a tutorial. So right here, so right here we put right and he's making a tutorial. So if we want to put on the same sentence as this, we have to change this one as well to right. So right here, that's what we're going to say, console.write and he's this is a begin to code and he's making a tutorial, and it's going to go onto the same line right there. And right here, if you have noticed why I put a semicolon, this is what the part of the program is. You have to put a semicolon at the end of each line right here. So each line, or just each data type, what you're going to put at the end. So if we just do Control S, and then if you press F5, and then right here it will say this is begin to code and he's making a tutorial right there. And right here you may have noticed, and yeah, so this is a begin to code, and so this is like literally right together. So if you want to get rid of that, all you have to do is just press space right there, and then right here press F5, and then right here it will just say, so yeah, so this is so I literally said it as if it was a normal sentence, and we wrote it on a single line right there. So yeah, let's just amend it. Yeah, this is, yeah, so right there, that's where it's outputted onto the console. So so that was literally the complete basics of this of C#. So second step we're going to go through is variables. So all you have to do for the variables is just write So just write. So let's go through the integer. So if you want to go through the integer, so if you all you need to do is just type in int. So int just obviously means integer, and then you could write integer is just is a number, so as a whole number. So all you have to do, so you could just write whatever you want in here. So you could put number equals, and then we're just gonna write like a just a normal number. So if we just write 25, so right here, so all you have to do, so int, then whatever, so you could put whatever you want. I put number. You could even put right here, you could just put like text or a decimal, or yeah, you could put anything. Like, so you could write, so right here I'll just write number, so you could put whatever you want in there. So all you have to put, you could just write Console.WriteLine and then write number. So number. So right here, as you noticed, we haven't put any quotation marks, is because we're putting in a variable, so we don't need any quotation marks right there. So if we're gonna put quotation marks, it's just gonna output number, but as it's just a normal variable we're putting in, it's gonna output 25. So this line, so console.WriteLine will recognize that it is a variable, and it's gonna output what the variable means. So right here, if you're just gonna do Control S, then press F5, then right here it will output 25 right there. So yeah, so that was the complete basics of the integer. We could go through strings. So put string. So string is just, we're just gonna put normal text. So string text, or I could put sentence right here, maybe sentence equals, and then as it's a string, we're gonna put normal text, as I just mentioned right earlier. So if you just write, if you just do quotation marks, then write this is a sentence, and then right here do console.WriteLine. Nope. Console.WriteLine. Then right here we're gonna put sentence. So right here it's a variable, so we don't need any speech marks, and console.WriteLine will recognize that it is a variable, which is going to output what the variable means, which is this is a sentence. I mean, obviously we're not going to repeat writing this, because there's no point, we already put in a variable, but this is useful because you could just write it multiple times, you know. So you just you could just put in like multiple different areas, like to say if statements. We could put in console.write as well. But yeah, so right there, that is what it could be useful. So right here we could just do Control S, actually press Control D, and then press F5, and then it will output this is a sentence right there. So yeah, so that was the string. We also go through the boolean. So all you have to do is just write bool, which means boolean, and a boolean is like technically like a true or false type of statement. So we could just write like nice like option. Then we could write right here, as it's a boolean, we have to choose between a true or a false. So right here we could put false, maybe this time false right here. So if we just, so by itself, if you just write bool option, it'll be by default will be a false. But if we just we could just write true this time, actually. Yeah, so if you just write true, and then right here we could do again console.WriteLine and then put option right there. So it's just gonna print out, just normally gonna print out true right there. So booleans are just mostly used in if statements again. So yeah, so that was boolean right there. So let's get on to the C# questions. So here are the C sharp questions. So for number 1, what is C sharp? Number 2, what are variables? And number 3, type in a variable with an integer. So number 3 is sort of like a code based what you have to write as your answer. So I'll give you a few seconds. So hopefully you've answered all those questions, and let's get on to the answers. So here are the answers. So number 1, it is the most popular programming language in the world, created by Microsoft, which is used to create applications on a .NET framework. And number 2, variables are containers for storing data or values. And number 3, that is the code right there. You could just, all you need to do is put int number, which is int number, and then just put a random number you like. So hopefully you've got all this correct. So if you like this C# tutorial, make sure to hit the notification bell, because in the next video we're going to be learning about how to add widgets onto your iOS 14 or your new iOS 14 update on your iPhone. So if you want to learn more C# and other tutorials, make sure to check out the playlist. So for now, if you enjoyed this tutorial, make sure to subscribe and leave a like for more tutorials in the future. Thanks for watching.